the high school choir concert. And friends, as you can see, we are very honored tonight to have our district superior here and first assistant, Father Fulton and Father Beck. I would ask Father Fulton if you wouldn't mind to lead us in prayer.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Ghost, amen. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
Immaculate Heart of Mary, Saint Joseph, Saint Pius X, Saint Thomas. Father, and the Son, and the Holy Ghost, amen.
Yes, happy Feast of St. Thomas and O Oriens Day. We are well within the O antiphon sequence. More on that coming right up. We will just jump right in. I'm going to have the 9th and 10th grade gentlemen come on up to the stage. This is the high school component. So we've got the 9th and 10th paired up. We have the 11th and 12th paired up. The 9th and 10th graders sing as separate choirs, a men's ensemble. Hi, Dominic. You ready for this? Well, he's ready for this. And then the ladies' ensemble. They are coming out of the middle school sequence where we have them work on classroom instruments. And now we have them singing again, but it's a different sort of singing. We've got some pretty serious repertoire, and these guys are ready for it. This is Miss Mary Dredger, who's going to help us out with the piano. A little word about the team teaching these people. We've got quite a crew of faculty responsible for all of the high school. You're talking about almost, or a little more than 200 students, and so that requires a pretty hefty team, and we've got a great team assembled to help them. I work with them, Mr. Bill Dredger works with them, Father Franks works with them, the gentlemen. We have Miss Christina Latz, Miss Rachel Lamoth, Denise Novelli, and Mrs. Krista Childs. Eddie Shaw's in charge of the band, so that's quite a crew. All right. The new Immaculata called. She wants her piano back, but she can't have it just yet. You might have noticed on the stage, I'm going to need 2 hands for this. This enormous and magnificent instrument. This does not actually belong on this stage, but we're keeping it here. This will go up to be in the basement of the new Immaculata. Really, literally a piano worthy of the Immaculata. It's a beautiful piece. I give that a round of applause. And that's the direct result of the tremendous generosity of a benefactor. Someone who understands how important it is to have every possible effect needed up in that space. And we know people will come. Those of us who live here know that people are coming because of this project. They'll continue to come. And there will be events and concerts in the basement of that hall. And this beautiful instrument will be there to service those. So, we're not going to keep the lid up because it makes a lot of noise. It's also kind of intimidating. As a singer, you're always a little bit worried that you're making enough noise. And so you try to overcompensate and sing loud enough. The first time I sang with a 9-foot piano, I put the lid up because I figured I was going to. And my accompanist put the lid down. And I was insulted. So she put it on the little stick. And I thought, well, don't you think I'm going to sing loud enough to... She says, that's not it. It's going to make plenty of noise on the short stick, but when it's all the way up, it looks like it's going to eat you. It's a pretty imposing thing. Anyway, it's a beautiful instrument. We won't keep it up. So the gentlemen of the 9th and 10th grade choir have 3 pieces for you tonight. The first is a Sanctus from Schubert's German Mass in F. It's sung in German, and the text goes like this. Holy is the Lord, He alone is holy. the begotten, not made, he who always was and reigns forever, all power, wonder, and love. That's the Sanctus from the German Mass. Next they will sing the Veni Veni Emmanuel, again from the O antiphons. That's the last of the O antiphons, which comes on the 23rd. Today we have O Oriens, which is also in this piece. And then they will sing Tolite Hostias, which is the closing movement from the Camille Saint-Saëns Christmas Oratorio, which is a wonderful piece. If you're looking for something new to listen to this Christmas season, I would suggest finding the Saint-Saëns Christmas Oratorio. It's really a beautiful piece. All right, we're ready. Miss Mary Treasure, the Gentlemen of the 9th and 10th grade choir. It's a special sound. The men's choir sound is a special sound. They really are singing like a men's choir. I'm very proud of the work that they've done this semester. This is my first semester with them, and I'm looking forward to next semester already. We've got some great stuff coming up. Hey, boys, and thank you, Mary Trinity. Okay, 9th and 10th grade girls, come on up. This is Miss Lamont's choir and Miss Latz's choir, and we've got some friends tonight. Let me get my stuff out of the way. If only I had an enormous piano to put all my things. Oh wait, I do. Okay, so 9th and 10th grade girls have got 3 pieces for you tonight. Look at them all. How are you, ladies? Doing okay? Ready to go? Absolutely. We've got Lo How a Rose, an O Magnum Mysterium setting, and a piece called Comfort and Joy. The Lo How a Rose, es ist ein Rose in Schwungen, originally it's German, and this is about the prophecy of Isaiah. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. This is the rose that springs from that stem. We'll hear about another rose a little bit later on. We have an O Magnum Mysterium by a fellow named Ivo Antonini. And that's going to be accompanied by a couple of cellists. We have Miss Allison Iserman, who's going to play cellist for us. And one of our own, Genevieve Shaw, is going to play. Jenny, you're going to play cello. Yes, she is. Ready for this? Okay. All tuned up, ready to go? Got the battle axe all ready to go. Looking forward to that. He's a Swiss fellow, born in 1963, so a contemporary composer. We will end with a wonderful, sort of a festival piece called Comfort and Joy, and that is a Dan Forrest set. All right, I think we're set. These are the 9th and 10th grade girls.
Oh,
Thank you, ladies. Thanks, Miss Lamont. Thanks, Miss Latz. Thanks, our cello friends. And that's Sarah and Sophia on percussion. Way to go, girls. That's some fancy stuff. Rhythmically complicated stuff. That's hard to sing. Very, very well done. All right, let them clear the stage. Next, we have the best kept secret on tonight's concert. And that would be the ensemble that I failed to put in the program. That is Ex Corde. Now, Ex Corde is the voluntary men's ensemble, which is a small group comprised of gentlemen from the 9th through 12th grade. And they will come on up and sing a couple of pieces for you tonight. This is the ensemble that provides the scola for liturgical functions when we have a major school mass. And they do some extra things at other liturgical functions as well. So, sort of voluntary 9 through 12 ensemble. We'll get those guys on up. This is Mrs. Child's choir, one of them. We've got 2 pieces for you tonight. They're huddling up. What should we sing, they're saying? Oh, I don't know. Are you in this group? Am I supposed to? Hi. Here they come. So, Ex Corde, what do we got tonight? In Nomine Jesu, this is by a fellow named Jakob Handel. And Handel is one of those guys that gets lost in the historical shuffle, a fantastically talented composer that nobody knows about. Just because there's too many of them, and there's too much good music. I challenge you to find as much of it as you can. But here's one of those guys that kind of slips through the cracks. Jakob Handel. And In Nomine Jesu is the piece that we will sing from him. Isn't that a nice arrangement? Called Who is He in Yonder Stall? All right, we're in a good place here. I think we can get a little bit tighter. Am I singing with this group tonight? I'm singing with this group tonight. What fun. You know, Don Bosco had nothing. Soccer's nice, but I get to sing with these guys? Fantastic. All right, are you safe? Safety first. All right. He's the gentleman of Ex Corde. Next, we have Our Ladies Voluntary Ensemble. This is an audition choir. They are Polymnia, and they are comprised of students from the 9th through 12th grade. Come on up, girls. So, Polymnia have 3 pieces for you tonight. Kind of an interesting one to start with. African Noel. This is a traditional piece, and kind of speaks to the missionary tradition of the church. We know that the affection and the love that Archbishop Lefebvre had for Africa. He would have heard a lot of music like this, and it's a little peppy. African Noel. Next, we have another setting of O Magnum Mysterium. This is by Cristobal de Morales, one of the 3 great Spanish priest composers, along with David Toria and Guerrero. O Magnum Mysterium by Morales. And then Comfort and Joy, a wonderful festival piece. Lots of piano going on there. Both Mary Treasure and Miss Latz will be playing on that one. Okay, this is Polymnia.
Sing Noel, 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 Noel.
what do you think about that? My goodness. It's beautiful stuff. So we got the piano into third gear there. So you get a sense of what that can do. And it's the sort of thing that's required to support a sound like that. Very, very beautiful. All right, so we've got the 11th and 12th grade choir coming on up here. 104 singers this year, so this is a big group. 7 is a number that is not very large. Of the 15 possible times we could all have met together, that's 11 and 12, boys and girls. 7 is the number of times we actually did. This was a tremendous semester for missed classes for various reasons. And they are doing tremendous work on a little less than usual rehearsal time. But it's a really good sound, this group. So we're going to show them off a little bit tonight. Before we do that, though, just a word on some of the other opportunities we give the singers. Obviously, we want to give them ensembles that they all want to sing in on campus. We also want to give them opportunities to showcase their talent off campus. And each year, we select students, or students actually volunteer, to sing for the district choir auditions for the Northeast Central something, some geographical part of Kansas. There are a number of these, 6 I believe in Kansas, and hundreds of students, about 300 students audition for the district choir. If they're selected, they sing in the district choir concert. So they audition in Junction City in November. We sent 12 students to that. 3 were selected to sing in the district choir concert, which was on first weekend of December. And we had 2 gentlemen. Is Alan here? Alan is here. You came. Nice of you to join us. And Placid is here. Okay. And Sean. So 3 gentlemen made it to district choir. And we had 1 lady make it to district choir. Sarah Childs made it to district choir. And as a freshman, that's a good thing. So they don't know this, but when they do the district choir auditions in November, they're already being placed for the state choir convention, which takes place in February. We've had a few students over the years go to that, and we found out just recently that we have a singer going to the state festival in February, and that's Miss Sarah Childs. Not only does she look like her mother, she sings like her mother, thank goodness. So, I think we're assembled. Are we here? Goodness, look at you all. All right, I think we're ready. So, this choir is serviced by Father Franks, by me, by Miss Latz, by Miss Lamont, by Mrs. Novelli. This is a big undertaking. As you can see, they're doing a tremendous amount of work. Doing very well. Everything okay? Is everyone safe up there? Tony looks positively terrified. Tony, are you okay? I hate to see Tony scared up here. All right, be strong. You can do this. Deep breaths. Don't look down. Don't look down. All right, so the formula for the program is generally like this. We want something to do with chant. We want some sort of carol thing. We want a Renaissance or medieval piece, we want a modern masterpiece, and we want a big finish. So that's generally the formula for the 11th, 12th choir. And as you can see down below, we've got some friends coming today. So that's going to be the last piece. It's going to involve the St. Mary's Academy Band. But we're going to start the set with a beautiful medieval carol, There Is No Rose of Such Virtue as Is the Rose that bore Jesu. Another rose, but this time Our Lady. Next, we will do our Renaissance masterpiece. This is by Palestrina. This is the Kyrie from the Missa Aeternae Christi Munera. This is the breviary hymn from the Apostles of Evangelists. The eternal gifts of Christ the King, the Apostles' glory, let us sing. And all with hearts of gladness raise due hymns of thankful love and praise. We will start the set with those two pieces. This is the 11th and 12th grade choir. this is what happened with this piece. So this is the chant piece. Usually with the chant piece, we do some combination of just singing the chant, maybe a little bit of drone, try to elaborate the chant. Father introduced me to this sequence, and a sequence is a very elaborate piece, very long text. The Council of Trent, most of them were suppressed because it was just too much of a good thing, starting to encroach on the liturgy in a way. There are 5 left, and this is one that would have been at Christmas time. It's a beautiful piece, absolutely beautiful piece. One of the wonderful things about chant is, we know it's a purely melodic type of music, but what's implied harmonically is pretty astounding. For a preternaturally talented improvisational pianist and composer, that's irresistible. And so we would get to rehearsal, and I would try to start this piece, and Father would be doing things that were related to the piece, and they just were very distracting and really wonderful. And so what we have tonight is this sequence, honest to goodness, but sort of an improvisational arrangement of the sequence. I have no idea what's going to happen tonight, which is beautiful. The students have no idea what's going to happen tonight. All they know is that they're going to sing their parts of the sequence, and we are going to let this thing happen. This is a beautiful metaphor. Not only is it a wonderful experience, if you've got somebody who can do it, which we do, but what a metaphor. The faith, these chants, these are not things frozen in amber. This is not a dead letter. It's a living tradition, absolutely pertinent in our day, and absolutely incorporatable into our own accent, our own time. So it stays the same, and it allows us into its world. What a wonderful experience. So that's the Laeta Mundus. After that, we're going to have our modern masterpiece. This is a piece that we've done relatively recently, but you pick these pieces, and then you think, when you hear the choir, when you meet the choir, what a tremendous thing this would be for this group, and it really is. The Lux Aurumque by Eric Whitaker, an absolutely beautiful piece, and perfect for this group. Perfect for this group. The text goes like this: light, warm and heavy as pure gold, and the angels sing softly to the newborn babe. A beautiful and effective piece. All right, that's the end of the set, and then it's your turn, but we'll get to that in a second. So, Laeta Mundus, sequence, and Lux Aurumque.
Alleluia.
Well, then we're leaving. This is the band. All right, I think maybe for the safety of some clerics, you might want to move the bass drum back a little bit. Can we slide that? Yeah, let's put that over by the stairs. Leave the temps where they are, I think. But let's just bring the bass drum around to about here. Okay. So, this is Mr. Eddie Shaw. This is the St. Mary's Academy Brass Ensemble, a Hale and Hardy group of fellows. And they meet bright and early, a couple times a week. And we are slowly but surely working them into these programs. Pretty soon, we won't remember doing a program without them. So, this is the part of the program where you look at the back of your sheet and you see your verse. So verse 3 will be for you to sing along. So this is Hark, the Herald, Angels Sing. And the brass are going to start with a fanfare. We are going to sing 2 verses. The brass are going to have another fanfare where you catch your breath. And then you're going to sing along with us. Make a glorious, grand noise. And then afterwards, we'd also like you to join us for the first and fourth verses of St. Mary's hymn, also on the sheet. So, yeah, please. Tune 10. Bass drum doing okay? Just give me a little black there. It's not going to do it. Do you know how hard it is to keep them from playing these instruments? Okay. Again, thank you for coming. Please sing along with gusto. Verse 3. Hark the heralds. Angels sing. standing and joining us for the St. Mary's hymn, we will close tonight's program. Afterwards, please stay standing. Father Fortune will lead us out.